was the first group in the audition to go, so let me tell you how that went and why the judges liked me. Yes, you read the title right. I had my very first offline audition experience for FNC, and the judge actually liked me, and I'll be sharing the entire story time, any questions you guys might have. But first, it might be helpful to check out my shorts video on a mini vlog that I filmed during that experience. That doesn't have much information on it, but it gives you like a nice visual of everything that kind of happened. Also, if you stick till the end, I'll be sharing my literal singing. You can't see the video, but I did record it, so stick till the end for that. But let's start way at 4:55 p.m., which is when I arrived at the dance studio itself. By the way, I went to a public audition, which means that there's no 50 people limit or anything like that, which some FNC auditions did have, but my city didn't have that, so I arrived at the dance studio at 4:55 p.m., 5 minutes before the actual audition time. However, they were running late because the two ladies that worked at FNC, they were the only people there basically in charge of everything. They were like really struggling to find like the proper entrance and like opening it and stuff. They were like walking around for a while, so I took down notes on the exact timestamps. So we actually went into the building itself. We were just waiting outside in the scorching sun. It's really hot today, guys. The audition was today, did I say that? Yeah, it was like really hot. It was like the hottest day of the week, like 31 degrees. Anyway, we went into the building with proper air conditioning, and it was 5:16 p.m. And while we were waiting outside in the scorching sun, I was literally there alone. I felt so lonely. I was originally going to bring my friend Maria, but I didn't want her to like audition because she doesn't want to, and I feel like if I bring her, she might have to audition anyway. So I didn't bring her, so I was alone, and there were around 30 people waiting like with me, and I literally counted everyone, around 30 people. And then we filled in a form, and I like ran to the door as soon as possible because I really wanted to go home quickly. So my number was number 4. Yeah, so I was the 4th person to sign up and go into the building essentially. So one of the ladies approached all of us, and we had to answer if we're doing vocal or dance, and then she gave us the sticker, and then we filled in the form, and so we had to write like our audition number, our name, contact information, I don't know, like hobbies, which category you're doing, your gender, age, you know, like the basic audition information stuff, that kind of thing, like what you would normally fill out in an online audition. And while we were inside, I was talking to some people, and they literally recognized me. I thought that was crazy. I didn't think I would be recognized, but to be fair, I was wearing a mask. While I was outside, I was literally wearing sunglasses and a mask, so I wouldn't expect anyone to recognize me, but like both of the people that recognized me were like, oh my god, I watched your videos in preparation for this audition. So I was like, I don't know what to say to that though.
Famous person.
How was the audition?
It was good. I wish I sang for longer.
Yeah, she sang for like maybe a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do so well? This person here.
But if you were to ask me about the categories, like which category was most popular and stuff, I would say it was pretty 50-50 between vocal and dance. There was one girl with a guitar, and I'm assuming she was going to do the instrument category. I don't exactly know about the other categories because I wasn't like talking to every single one in there, but I would assume that it's pretty 50-50 between vocal and dance just based on the people that I talked to. So that was all from 5:16 to 6, and at 6 the first group went into the actual audition room, which is kind of like just a dance room, and it has like a mirror. It's like black floor, red walls, very cool looking place. And mind you, this room was very, very echoey, which made my voice sound really like better than it was because it was like amplified. We didn't get any like microphones or anything obviously, but let me just describe the room. I didn't actually notice any cameras until I finished the audition and I was talking to some people about it, and they're like, yeah, there is a camera. So apparently it's like kind of above you in some way. Anyway, yeah, it was above my head essentially. And there's also a speaker for the dance category, like a big one, and then there's a table where one judge sits there. Like I said, the two, like, I don't know, 30-year-old women, like working at FNC. One of them was in the audition room actually judging people, and one of them was outside kind of just taking care of like the whole lobby area. And by the way, the people that I auditioned with, they were really good vocalists, and I was like, oh frick, I'm supposed to live up to that. Because I was like the 3rd one to sing essentially, right? But actually I wasn't that nervous, surprisingly. Like I think I've been more nervous during online auditions like for Zoom, which is kind of funny because you'd think you'd be more nervous for this. Anyway, back to the door story. And then the second person sang, and then the door opened again. It was like kind of broken. So the judge told me, because I was closest to the door, she was like, in Korean, can you please just close the door? And I was like, "Nee." And then I closed the door, and she literally spoke to me in Korean. I think it's because my last name is in Korean and she saw my form. And then I sang. You'll be able to hear the recording at the end of the video, but it's like just a black screen because, and it's also very muffled and kind of bad audio quality, but my phone was literally in my back pocket. I'm not even sure if that's allowed, but I'm only showcasing the ones where I sang. I'm not going to show other people's voices. So I guess my only flaw and slash regret would be that I didn't make eye contact with the judge most of the time. Most of the time, because she was just like staring down at me. I was like, oh my god, this is kind of awkward. So I just kind of looked down at her paper where she was writing notes. And I was like, oh, why did I do that? Throughout the song, like while I was singing, I was like, I should make eye contact and like act actually confident. I was acting confident. If you just listen to my voice, I was preparing the entire song, even though they specifically asked for a minute to 30 minutes, or a minute and a half. Sorry, why did I say that? Sorry, it's been a long day. Okay, if I exactly look at the parts where I sang, it was 2 minutes and 38 seconds. So she literally did not stop me. So I just sang for the entire duration of the song. I actually did cut the last chorus off. Like, I kind of shortened the song, but still it was pretty long, like the entire song, you could say. And then immediately after I finished my singing, she asked me a few questions. I wrote them down so I don't forget. So the first question was what my nationality was. And she was asking me this in Korean, which was kind of funny. Like, what if I said, actually, I'm not Korean, and like, I have no clue what you're saying. Anyway, I understand Korean, and I am Korean. So I said, I'm Korean. And I said that in Korean. I know it's confusing, but, and then she asked me how long I've been in Canada for, and I said 2 to 3 years, which is completely a lie, but I was like put on the spot, and I was like, I can't think. So I was like, 2 to 3 years. And I've been in Canada for longer. And then the next question was if my entire family is in Canada right now, and I said yes, because they are. This is kind of similar, like the set of questions that they asked me, it's very similar to what SM asked me for their Zoom audition, so I thought that was quite interesting. Now, we all know that judges ask questions to people they are interested in, especially if they're detailed like this one, so we all know what that means, not to like brag or anything. I don't think I'll get a second response, to be honest. They only asked for a phone number, which is strange, so I guess I'll have to answer my spam calls now. Oh, and one thing I forgot, when I was closing the door, the judge also asked number 2 what her nationality was, and she answered with what her nationality was. And afterwards, oh yeah, and she wasn't that fluent in English, like I would say basic English. I was actually expecting like fluent English speakers, but both of the staff that were there did not speak fluent English, but it was like still like conversational. So yeah, afterwards she asked all 3 of us, while I was like answering my questions and while I was singing, they were just kind of like off to the side, but she asked the 3 of us where we found this audition, so we all said Instagram. And then she was like, okay. And then she also asked for a group picture with the 3 of us. That was kind of awkward because she was just kind of like, and I was like, like it was kind of awkward, but she took that picture. Oh, and when she asked, can you guys just pose for a picture, she said it in Korean. So she kind of like gestured at me to translate to the other people in English. So I was like, oh, you know, and then I translated it. So afterwards, she said, everything's done, you can just kind of go home now. And that entire process for the 3 of us, like one group, was 6 minutes and 30 seconds. And after the audition, I also talked to some other people and asked about their experiences because I wanted to get the most amount of information I could for you guys. So this girl doing vocal category, she said she was with a group with this guy and this other person, and the judge asked the guy to like raise his like forehead. Like, not raise his forehead, oh my god, raise his bangs to show his forehead, and there were no other questions, but they also took the group picture as well. I also asked another person, and she was doing the dance category, so essentially they just played music, and all 3 of them had to dance at the same time, and also they didn't ask them any questions, and they didn't take any pictures either, which I thought was strange, but that was the case. Overall, good experience. So now I'm going to show my singing to you guys. Yay! I sang Why So Lonely by Wonder Girls. Here's my singing now. see you guys in my next time. Or in my next time? Are you kidding me? In the next video. Bye.